This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Thanks for tuning in to News 25. We hope you are having an amazing Monday, July 13th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Missy Kohler.
Well, an inmate from Alaska has filed a lawsuit against Core Civic here in Pahrump, claiming that the prison is not following procedures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The suit is filed against Core Civic, the warden, and other employees, claiming that John David Nagel's rights have been violated. The other detention center here in Pahrump, ran by the Nye County Sheriff's Office, has reported 30 cases at their facility, 23 who were ICE inmates. It's unclear how many inmates at Core Civic have tested positive for the coronavirus at this time. Nagel's lawsuit blames the prison for the outbreak of the cases. Nagel says that the detention center is not properly protecting other inmates or quarantining new inmates or detainees who are arriving at the facility. He also says that they must share facilities which are personal with individuals that have signs of being sick. The U.S. Immigration's Customs Enforcement is reviewing cases of the individuals in the detention center who may be vulnerable to the virus. Utilizing CDC guidelines along with the advice of medical professionals, ICE may place individuals in a number of alternatives to detention options. Core Civic says that the decisions to release individuals into ICE custody occur every day on a case-by-case basis. They say that infected detainees are under a 14-day isolation and being monitored. A Pahrump woman is under arrest for driving under the influence after she crashed her SUV into a fence and a block wall.
Betty Barr has been booked into the Nye County Detention Center on one count of driving under the influence, her second offense, and one count of failure to drive on the right half of the roadway. Her arrest follows a crash on Kalra Boulevard Friday night. Nevada Highway Patrol troopers say Barr was behind the wheel when she drove her SUV through a fence and into a block wall.
As crews arrived on location, they found the accident as described, with a vehicle rested up against a block wall. The occupant of the vehicle was still inside the car. We completed a medical assessment and found that there was no entrapment. However, the patient was unable to ambulate or get out of the vehicle on their own.
Officers say they found Barr unresponsive and slumped over the center console. While assessing Barr's condition, troopers say they could smell a strong odor of alcohol, and once she became responsive, they say she appeared disoriented and confused. NHP says Barr advised medics that she'd consumed 5 vodkas, and troopers discovered several mini vodka bottles inside Barr's vehicle. Officers say Barr consented to a field sobriety test, but they say she refused or could not follow instructions, so they stopped the test. Barr did consent to a blood test. She was transported to Desert View Hospital for evaluation and the blood draw, then taken to jail. A records check found that Barr had a prior DUI conviction in December 2013.
One man was flown to a Las Vegas trauma center after crashing his ATV on a Pahrump roadway. Pahrump Valley Fire Chief Scott Lewis has the details.
Late Saturday afternoon, we were dispatched for a report of a one-vehicle rollover with injuries. As crews arrived with the sheriff's office, we found that there was not an accident in immediate view, and our investigation revealed that the patient had ambulated over to a nearby property, and our investigation further revealed that it was actually an ATV accident with a rollover in which he was ejected from the vehicle. He has sustained head trauma. The assessment revealed that he met flight criteria, and he was subsequently flown to trauma.
All right, we will return in just a moment with an update from Valley Electric.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Valley Electric Association closed its lobby on March 16th in response to the coronavirus pandemic. And while plans were made to reopen the doors June 29th, that never happened. Valley CEO Mark Stallons spoke with News 25 to explain why and talk about what else the co-op is doing to keep everyone safe from COVID-19.
The reason we rescinded our reopening, the reason we changed our mind, is we've had a COVID team that's been meeting in the beginning. From March 16th, we were meeting daily, developing plans, making sure that it wasn't going to be a real struggle for us. We then went to twice a week. We then went to once a week meeting. And whenever the governor went to phase 2 and started to open up, which would have been about the beginning of June, that's when we made the decision to open the office on June 29th. And what's happened since then is the situation has really reversed in terms of the number of COVID cases in Nye County, and the trend line is not down anymore. The trend line switched. In fact, last Friday, typically testing would be on a Saturday, and last Friday they had testing for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, just because the numbers were so high. The other reality is in the last week, we've had employees tested here. So we recognize that the risk profile had changed. It wasn't the same as it was at the end of May. I think the other reality is that our members have found ways to pay their bills. In many ways, what we've seen is the mail bill payment has increased, people paying by mail. We've seen it increase in the drop box. Members are still using kiosk payments. We've seen online payments go up, and then we've seen banking, ACH. That's another way to pay the bill. So we're basically encouraging all of our members to continue to pay their bills using those electronic or the mail or drop box. It's much nicer to be face-to-face, but I think as we found out, when we increase face-to-face contact, we increase the number of testing and cases. So we've got to find a way to do business. I mean, we just have, as a society, we've got to find a way to do business, to stay open, to stay productive, to keep services going. We think we found that balance point. So it's a balance between the risk of people getting sick, but still keeping essential services functioning. Mainly, we just need to make sure we have our employees healthy so that we can respond and perform our job as a critical essential. Keep the lights on, keep the power moving, keep the broadband internet connected.
Well, President Trump prepares to outline his plan to rebuild American roads. The Producer Price Index dips in June, and Rivian is ready to reveal an all-electric pickup truck early next year. Here's Angela Miles.
Topping our news, President Trump is on the road this week. The president will be in Atlanta talking about his transportation agenda and how he plans to speed up rebuilding roads and bridges in America. The head of the Fed in Dallas tells Fox Business News managing coronavirus is now the most critical issue to the economy. He says if we all wore a mask, the disease would die down and the economy would grow faster. Checking the economy, the Producer Price Index surprisingly fell in June. The index dropped 0.2%. Economists predicted a gain of 0.4%. The index measures everything from food prices to gasoline. Electric vehicle maker Rivian is on the way to revealing a pickup truck early next year. Rivian has raised more than $2.8 billion. According to CNBC, the company has no plans to go public. Investors will be anxious to see if it puts pressure on Tesla shares.
When we come back, we'll hear more from Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue. Stay with us.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Welcome back. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue had a busy night responding to several fire calls in the area. Fire Chief Scott Lewis gives us a rundown of last night's events.
Last evening, we were dispatched for a series of fire calls that began just after midnight and went through to 2:30 in the morning. They included several small brush fires that were the result of fireworks, and then there was also a small structure located in our rear of the property on Bourbon Street. Apparently, possibility of fireworks also involved in that. They may have landed on the rooftop of this small structure, burned some of the contents. Fire was quickly extinguished with no exposure extension to the nearby apartment buildings. We were then dispatched for report almost simultaneously So Station 3 handled a call for a report of a vehicle fire in the area of Gameburn and Barney. On their arrival, they found a small commercial truck that was well involved. They quickly went to suppression, extinguished that fire in short fashion with no extension. My understanding, there was nobody with the vehicle and there were no injuries sustained by any of the firefighters.
Well, Nye County is reporting 188 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positive tests, up 6 from Friday morning's update. 5 of those 6 cases are here in Pahrump and 1 case is in Tonopah. And they want to remind you that the antibody positives do not count in the county's overall active total. If you would like to have a test, you can give them a call at 702-234-5398. That's Serenity Health. And of course, they have those drive-through options as well. You can find that on our local Pahrump Facebook page. Well, it's no secret that we're living in stressful times, and that stress could be leading to more broken hearts. A new study finds cases of broken heart syndrome increased during the coronavirus pandemic. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Ankur Kalra explains we all react to stress differently.
Each time we have a stress response, it's the fight or flight response, and the adrenaline goes up. And how one reacts, how one reacts to that emotionally is different, but how our organs react to it is entirely different as well.
Broken heart syndrome has symptoms similar to a heart attack, like shortness of breath or chest pain. However, people with broken heart syndrome usually do not have blocked arteries. Instead, stress changes the shape of the heart, which affects its ability to pump blood effectively. Cleveland Clinic researchers found cases of broken heart syndrome doubled in 2 of their hospitals in March and April of 2020, just as the coronavirus pandemic started in the United States. We're all experiencing different types of stress right now, from job loss to social isolation and even concerns about getting coronavirus. Dr. Kalra says it's important to manage stress with self-care. He suggests daily exercise, meditation, and prayer.
It's extremely important to connect with your inner self. And as flossy or as sugar-coated as it may sound, it actually really works. And there's science behind that to show that it actually really works.
Dr. Kalra also says it's important to stay connected with family and friends virtually or on the phone. If you're interested in learning more, complete results for the study can be found on JAMA Network Open.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Time to go outside now and take a look at the weather cam. It was another nice day today, really breezy, and still that excessive heat warning in effect. In fact, Deanna said she didn't have to cook inside this weekend. She cooked everything outside on the sidewalk, just that warm. Still a nice day. When we come back, we'll have Save a Pet for you. You don't want to miss this one.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 111 degrees, a low of 84, 121 with a low of 88 in Death Valley, 110, a low of 75 in Amargosa, 105 with a low of 70 in Beatty, 98.63 in Goldfield, 95.60 in Tonopah, 93.54 in Carson City, 98 for the highs in both Fallon and Fernley, 58 for the low in Fallon, and 60 degrees the low up in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we saw sunny skies. Our high today was 108 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest up to 20 miles per hour, 9% humidity, and 5:37 this morning for that sunrise. Now looking ahead to tonight, we're expecting clear skies. Our low is going to be 79 degrees. It's 108 outside currently with winds out of the southeast up to 19 miles per hour. Humidity at 13% and our sunset at 8:02 tonight. Now taking a sneak ahead to that 7-day, it looks like some of those clouds have gone away. We're expecting nothing but sunny skies all through next Monday. Now those winds are still being a constant that we're dealing with. Now we're going to be dealing with those between 12 to 16 miles per hour for the foreseeable future. And it also looks like for our temperatures are kind of starting to level out a little bit. Our highs are expected to be at just around 103 and 104 degrees all week long. And the same story for our overnights. Those are also starting to level out just around 76 to 77 degrees for a majority of the week. It's now at that we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks, Michael. In today's Save a Pet, we're doing something a little different. Darbie O'Donnell introduces us to 3 cats who are longtime residents of Desert Haven Animal Society, and we're hoping someone out there can give them their forever home.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darbie here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Shadow. Shadow is a 3-year-old, mostly all black male kitty. He does have a little bit of white on his chin and his chest. He is a chunker. He's a really big cat. He is a cat that does roam throughout the facility, so he interacts with a whole bunch of other kitties. He's been here since November, so he's trying to look for his forever home. So on today's Save a Pet segment, we're actually doing a series about cats who have been here for quite some time who are trying to look for their homes. So if you are unable to adopt an animal, we're looking for sponsors to go and pay for their adoption fees so families can come and get them. And today we are joined with little man. He is a sweetheart. He is an older male cat. He has beautiful, okay, he's trying to say hi to everybody. He has beautiful colorings. He's mainly all white, but he does have some black dots on him and black on his face. He is just trying to look for his forever home. He's actually been here for a year now. He has no teeth, but he has no problems eating at all. He still eats dry food and everything. He's a lover, and he has beautiful green eyes. So he qualifies for the senior program, so seniors over the age of 60 do have free adoption fees with him, or people who are currently active in the military or retired also get free adoption fees. So if you want to go and see little old man or any of his friends here in the cat room, please call ahead of time to make an appointment so you can see the animals at 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. We're also looking for sponsors so someone can pay for his adoption fee so he can go home to a loving family. We're best friends now. Do you want to say goodbye? Continuing on with our adoption segment for cats that have been here for quite some time. So this is Big Tex. He's been here since November. He is a sweetheart. They say he's a big lover. So he just has some complications with his left eye. He will need eye drops in daily, and then they also go and they give him some oral medicine that just kind of goes and helps with him. He's super sweet though. He already got everything sorted out with his eye, so they know exactly what you need to go and be giving him. But he is ready to go home. He is a really big, mainly white cat with like some black on his head and some spots and a little black tail. The people who work here definitely say that he is a lover. So call ahead of time, 775-751-7020, so you can make an appointment to see the animals, or you can always check them out on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
Thanks, Darbie. Adopt a cat. They're available. Well, I'm Deanna.
I'm Missy.
Good night.